Hey everyone, Anya here from our Gabled home, and today I'm going to share a recipe with you that is so quintessential German, and that is Schnitzel. I'm going to say it in German for all my German viewers. It's called Schnitzel in German, and it is such an easy recipe. If you've lived in Germany or if you've visited Germany, you've probably seen it all over the place. And many of you have asked me, can you please post more German recipes? And that's what I'm going to do today. I also thought it would be fun to put on this traditional German blouse. And even though I have actually spent most of my time living in Northern Germany, and this is a more traditional Southern German outfit, I thought I'm gonna wear it just because it would be really fun. And because this recipe involves frying something in fat, I am gonna put on my signature apron to save my blouse, and you can see it in action. One thing about my recipes always have to be super no fuzz, super easy, super uncomplicated, and this recipe is just one of them. The only thing that you may need on top of what you already have in your kitchen is this meat tenderizer. You can get it in stainless steel. I always like to get wood because it feels so good in my hand, and we're going to use that. Also, in terms of what kind of meat I'm using, if you have had the Vienna style Wiener Schnitzel, then you may know that it is traditionally made with veal. And most Schnitzel recipes in Germany are actually made with pork. I am doing it with chicken today. However, if you want to do a pork schnitzel or a veal schnitzel, Kalbsschnitzel or Schweineschnitzel, the preparation is pretty much the same as with chicken. So it doesn't really matter what kind of meat you use, it's always the same preparation. I'm going to bring you over here to my kitchen counter and show you exactly how to make it. And before we get going, if there are any other recipes you'd like me to do, please leave me a comment in the box below this video. I always love to hear from you what you want me to do videos on, what kind of content you find helpful or informative, or you would just love to see. So leave me a comment below. Also, I always love it if you give me a like, so I know that you enjoyed this video. And if you're new on my channel, it means the world to me if you hit the subscribe button and the bell notifications so you never miss another video. I always upload videos on Tuesday morning, so you can always look for another video there. Here I have 2 chicken breasts, and I always recommend that you buy the highest quality meat that you can afford. This one is actually a free-range chicken that is locally sourced. And as you can see, these are pretty thick. I have already washed them and dried them really well. So what we need to do now is we need to carefully cut them this way in half, because otherwise they're going to be too thick. So we'll start here at the thick end with a really good sharp knife, and you want to try to cut this as evenly thick as you can. I know this may or not work, but do the best you can. And then you get 2 pieces like this. We'll repeat the same process for the second one. So now we have 4 pieces here. I'm just going to dry them some more. And now we use our wooden mallet or meat tenderizer and very gently try to flatten the pieces into evenly thick, and you want them about 1/4 inch thick. So we're just gonna pound them And as you can see here, these pieces are not, they're actually gonna probably fall apart a little bit, and that's the only downside with using chicken, that you may get these odd shapes. Other than that, chicken is just really great to use for schnitzel. Now we need to prepare the breading. So we're gonna set this aside. And we need 3 bowls. The first bowl is going to have flour, the second one is going to have egg, and the third bowl is going to have breadcrumbs. We'll put some flour in here. The middle bowl is the egg. And you want these shallow bowls, almost like a pasta plate rather than a deep bowl, because you want to dredge these pieces of meat in the flour and in the egg mixture. And for these pieces, I may or not need another egg, so we'll just see how it goes. And in the last bowl, we put breadcrumbs. You can buy breadcrumbs in the store. I always used to make it from my own stale bread. I just dry it and then I put it in my high-speed blender and grind it up. This is a recipe where you want regular breadcrumbs and not the panko, the Japanese breadcrumbs. So we'll put this in here. My breadcrumbs are pretty dark because I have some whole wheat bread in here. And this is the breading part. So what you want to do is coat the pieces in flour, and you can always shake off the excess flour, but this is really important that you get the entire piece of meat covered in flour, because that will make the egg stick. Now we put it in the beaten egg. Just like so. And you can use your hands or a fork and coat it in egg mixture on the other side. And lastly, we coat it in breadcrumbs. I will repeat the same process for the remaining pieces. Now I'm preheating my skillet, and since I'm using cast iron, it's going to take a moment before it actually heats up. And once the skillet is hot enough, we add a lot of oil. I always like to use avocado oil. I don't recommend using olive oil, but you need quite a bit here. And some people even like to have their schnitzels swimming in oil. And we'll wait for the oil to heat up. You can always tell that the oil has the right temperature when it's really runny, almost like water. Now we'll add the breaded chicken pieces to the hot pan. And you can either do this in batches or use 2 different skillets at the same time. And the first side, we're actually gonna let them sit a little bit longer before we flip them. And there's always a little bit of trial and error. You can always lift up one side and get a little peek how it's doing. But part of the reason why we pound them so thin is that they actually cook very quickly and evenly. After a few minutes, we flip them onto the other side. This one could have stayed a little bit longer on the side. And when they're fully fried, you transfer them onto a plate. I'm going to flip this one over one more time. And here are your perfectly fried, tender chicken schnitzels, German Schnitzel. I love to serve them alongside some potato salad and or some green salad. You can also sprinkle some parsley on top of it and garnish with a piece of lemon. And then it's a full meal that is so reminiscent of anything that you might have eaten in Germany or that you have heard is eaten in Germany. And as we say in German, guten Appetit!